Good morning. It's HKSOW This Week Today, and Vincent Wong is not here.
Hooray.
Hooray. I know. That gives me a chance to come in and take over the show. Vincent has just been at the World Finals in Brazil at the World Cup, so he couldn't make it here today. But instead, I'm taking over, and we've got Simon Lee here all week long. Simon, glad to have you on board.
My pleasure.
Just by way of disclosure, Simon Lee Chao Fu, he and I got a lot of history, and so we're going to have a lot of fun this week.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Talking politics and economics. So, Simon, normally we talk about what's coming up day to day. What do we got on today?
Let's start with the stamp duty, which has been one of the unfortunate events in Hong Kong in the last few years.
I'm going to have to go with you on that.
Yes. Well, put it simply, at first it was a class struggle.
Yeah.
Government putting people without properties against people who do. And they say, well, let's punish them for having too much money. And so they put on this special stamp duties on people who are trying to buy and sell flats.
Yeah, God help you if you've got more than one flat.
Yes.
Or you're a foreign buyer coming into Hong Kong. That's, those guys were under the gun.
And foreigners, people who own more than one,
yeah.
and businesses.
Yeah.
So, but at the end of the day, the property market has been cooling down for a while.
Yeah, you see all kinds of different numbers about that. What's really going on, Simon? Because people say, oh, yeah, it's working, and the government's like, it's working, don't fine. But then other people say, no, actually, just the transactions are going down, but prices are actually still going up. But then they blame it on external factors like...
Exchange rate.
Exchange rate.
Yeah, let's face it, it's the peg.
Yeah.
It is the peg. It's not only in Hong Kong. Everyone says, let's do something.
Yeah.
Hong Kong government has been doing something against the property owners, and what happened is now the transaction is going down.
Yeah.
The price is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's neither going up or going down.
Okay.
But for the time being, there are from time to time outliers catches our attention.
Right.
That we think, wow, this is going to be indicative of the market price, but if you really look at the transaction, there's not much to be talked about.
Yeah. So a couple of things. Number one, I've noticed in my neighborhood that the onslaught of new real estate agencies taking over every retail space up in my neighborhood, which is mid-levels, it's stopped, and actually some of them have actually shut down, and other things are coming back in. And the second thing is today in LegCo, the government's still trying to get their... this thing is not even a law yet. I mean, the government's been trying to get these stamp duties through LegCo, and still people are trying to get in amendments. Today, I think the guys Charles Mock and Kenneth Leung are going to try to get exemptions for business
and charities.
And charities, yeah. I think the Liberal Party is going to back them up on that, but the FTU still backing the government. I mean, is this thing, given that we're having this extended council meeting all this week, do you think it's going to pass? And if it doesn't pass, what does that mean for the government?
Well,
do they have to give back the money?
Well, that would be a legal implication here, but I don't think it's going to be any surprise from the LegCo. Those people, they know the rules of engagement.
Do they have to get it passed? Is that what you mean?
They will.
In the end?
At the end.
Okay.
Even the Liberal Party, come on. They support all the amendments, but at the end of the day, do they support the bill? Yes, they have to.
They're going to have to. So, Simon, like you said, the Liberal Party's got to support this in the end, and it's going to be what do we call that?
So probably we have to amend the bill to call it rubber stamp duty instead of stamp duty. They're all rubber stamps.
Because no matter what happens, that certain parties are just going to have to put their stamp on it, a stamp of approval on it, right?
Exactly.
If we call that a rubber stamp, I think we're going to go with that for the word of the day, rubber stamp.
Rubber stamp.
All right. Thanks, Simon. Cheers.